Welcome, I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this relaxing Yin Yoga session. A wonderful practice to try anytime throughout the day when you need to rest and restore and release any stress or tension from your body and your mind. So for tonight's class, today's class, we're going to do some leg stretches. So if you'd like to use a belt, that's great. You might use a little bit of support. So if whatever you have handy, if you've got some blocks, cushion or bolster. And we'll get started in the seated position tonight. Just taking a nice, slow, deep breath in. And on your exhalation, release it all out. We'll do the cleansing breath where we breathe out through the mouth, breathe in through the nose. Just releasing your day so far. Releasing any anticipation for tomorrow. And starting to settle more deeply into the here and now, the present moment. Sinking your attention and your focus down into your body. Continue to follow your breath as it comes in, sinking down, and as it flows all the way back out. And slowing it down. Maintaining a slow, steady pace for the next few breaths. If you find it's hard to stay focused just on the breath alone, you could try counting the inhale, the length of the inhale to about 4, the length of the exhale to about 6. And we'll do 2 more breaths like that. On your next exhalation, slowly lower your chin down towards your chest. And on your inhale, slowly lift your chin up. And continue to flow a few more times, moving through your head, following your breath. And then deepening the movement so it starts to come into your spine a little bit more. As you inhale, opening your chest, shoulders back. And on the exhale, belly in, back rounding, shoulders forward. For 2 more breaths. At the end of this exhalation, come back to center. Sit up nice and tall, grounding down through your sit bones. We'll slowly turn the head to one side. And inhale it all the way back to center. Exhale it to the other side. Inhale back to center on your own time, flowing with your breath. Just be really gentle with your neck. The next time you exhale and turn your head to one side, we're going to tuck the chin down towards that shoulder. Next breath in, we'll lift the chin up. We'll bring it across again to the other side. Exhaling and lowering your chin down. On the inhale, lift your chin up. And roll it back to center. We'll complete our neck rolls and stretches with maybe a full rotation of the neck, maybe just a half. So you can either just roll from side to side or allow that movement to flow all the way through. Opposite direction. And coming back to center. We'll start to lift the shoulders up. And on the exhale, release them down. Do that 2 more times. One more breath. This time, roll your shoulders back and then roll them forward. A few shoulder rolls in this direction. And then switch and move in the opposite way. We'll release that. And we'll bring the left hand down to the floor. And on the next breath in, reach your right arm straight up. And exhale it over. Come back to center, just lifting that arm straight up. And before you release the arm back down, come over to the side one more time. Inhale back to center. Exhale to release. Inhale, other arm straight up. And exhale over. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, come back into your side bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale to release. Inhale, lifting your right arm straight up in the air. And this time, exhale, turn to the left with your upper body and place your hand on the outside of your left knee. Coming into a twist, reaching your left hand back. You can stay on your fingertips. Breathing here for about 2 to 3 more breaths. You can turn your head only if it's comfortable to turn it. Otherwise, just keep it in line with the center of your torso. Next exhale, release through your back. Come back to center. Take a breath in and slowly breathe out. Inhale, lift through your left arm. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, cross that arm over to the other side, gripping your outer knee and your other hand behind you. Moving your body into the twist, leading with your shoulder. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, you might just micro shift into your twist a little bit more. At the end of this exhale, slowly release back to center. And we'll come back, releasing the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. And I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together for the seated butterfly pose. And before we go into the forward fold, I'm just going to do a little movement, loosening up the back and the hips so we can roll the body forward and slowly come back. So we're just rolling from side to side as you come forward. This time we'll go in the opposite direction. So sit up nice and tall and then exhale and fold, rolling, circling your upper body. Inhale when you're coming back to center and exhale to roll forward. And then we're going to pause forward. We might use a bit of support here for the head. If you can find something that's comfortable. And release through your arms, let your shoulders sink. Just allow your body to sink down comfortably, breathing into the back of your body, breathing out, feeling your back release. And just a few more breaths here. On your next breath in, we're going to slowly come back up. If you've got some support underneath your head, just hold on to it for a moment as you reach. And then realign your whole upper body, lifting straight up with the crown of the head. And then reach your arms back, come onto your fingertips, lifting up to your heart and opening the front of the body. Slowly come back to center. We'll bring the hands to the outer thighs, slowly push the legs back together. Bring your hands behind you and just rock the legs a little from side to side. And then we're going to slowly come down. So if you'd like to make sure you've got everything you need, including a strap, we're going to slowly roll down onto the back and feel each part of your back come down into the mat, keeping your knees bent, your feet on the floor. Let your shoulders release, your head sink. Breathing here, just allowing your spine to find a natural alignment all the way through from the tailbone to the crown of your head or to the top of your neck. Let's continue to flow the legs a bit more from side to side in this position. So inhaling to center, exhale, lowering your legs to one side. You can reach out through your arms for this one too. Inhale to center, exhale, knees to the other side. Just continue to rock back and forth a few more times. And the next time you inhale, come back to center. Next time you exhale, we're going to sink the legs to one side and hold that pose for a few breaths. If you'd like to put anything in between the knees, if the knees are apart, you can do that with a little block or pillow. You can, my legs are to the right, so I'm bringing my right hand to the top of the right, or the outside of the right leg there. We'll hold here for a few more breaths. And the next time you inhale, come back to center. And then exhale and turn your legs to the other side. Find your positioning, one that allows your legs to completely release down. Support that bottom leg too if you need to with something underneath it. Put something between the knees. Will help to relax the hips so things can open up a little bit more. Maintaining a slow, steady rhythm to your breath. And next time you inhale, let's slowly come back to center. And we'll bring the right knee slowly into the chest. Let's circle through the right foot, loosening the right ankle. Opposite direction there. You might also take your hands behind your leg and circle with your lower leg a few times, helping to loosen up through the knee joint. Take the hip around, take the leg around in a circle, moving from the hip, moving one way, and then we'll move in the opposite direction. And then bring that knee out to the side a bit more, and we're going to pull the right ankle to the front of the left thigh. Use your right hand to push into your right leg. This could be enough here. Or you can, when you're ready, bring your hands behind the left knee. You can also take your strap and loop it behind your left knee. If you don't want to bring your legs this far in, you can also put maybe a block or something underneath that left foot. And just being in that position where you feel just the right amount of opening and stretch. Making sure your right foot is far enough to the left that it doesn't twist your ankle in this position. Inhale, you can slightly move your legs away from your chest, your belly. And as you exhale, maybe pull your legs in just a little bit more. And then slowly release your left foot to the floor. Stretch your right leg up for a moment. Roll through your foot. This is where we'll grab the belt. And we're going to place the belt around the right foot. And you can bend your right knee into your chest. Keep your foot facing up, the sole of your foot facing the ceiling. As you exhale, straighten your leg. If you need to move it down away from your upper body, please do, in order to straighten, extend all the way through from the hip to the heel. You can go back and forth if your muscles in your legs are really tight, if your hamstrings are really tight or stiff. A little bit of movement back and forth can really help loosen them up. And just exploring the edge of the posture here. And once you find your positioning that feels like you're stretching just the right amount, hold it steady, breathing here. Pay close attention to how your body feels, what areas are opening, and when you feel your body release and get more comfortable, that's a sign that you can just try to take it a little bit deeper. Always keep that extension through your leg, a gentle pull upwards with your heel. We're going to switch hands, or we're going to switch the ends of the belt into just the right hand. And I'm going to keep my left knee bent and let the left knee open out to the left side in a butterfly, half butterfly, as we open the right leg out to the side for a few breaths. Push out with your heel. Think about really opening and extending right from the root of your pelvis out to the center of your leg, out through your foot. If you'd like to relax your arm, your shoulder, make sure you've got your elbow on the floor or place something underneath it. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. And next breath in, slowly come back to center. And straighten out through your left leg. Switch hands on your belt again. Bring both ends of the belt into your left hand this time and reach your right arm out to the side. We're going to slowly bring that leg over to the left. You don't have to go too far. Just feel the outer side of your leg starting to open. And pull out gently with your heel. Maybe with time, you notice your leg naturally wanting to go a little bit further, closer to the floor, allowing that to happen. And just a few more breaths on this side. And then next breath in, come back to center. Keep your leg straight up in the air for a few more breaths. And then we'll let the belt come off the foot and slowly release that leg down to the floor. And once it comes down to the floor, just release both legs and taking a few moments to observe how your legs feel from side to side. Chances are they'll feel at least a little bit different, if not a lot different. And then we'll bring the left knee into the chest. You can bend the right foot to bring the right foot to the floor. Start off with some ankle circles on the side, opposite direction, and then some slow knee circles, moving through the lower leg and foot. And we'll bring that movement up to the hips. So a slow roll in one direction, opposite direction. And then we'll bring that knee out to the side, bring the ankle onto the thigh, the right thigh, and push into your left leg. And we'll bring the legs in perhaps a little bit closer to come into the stretch. Again, your own way, using props if you need to. You can use a strap or some blocks underneath your right foot. Notice if this side of your body feels different than the other side. We'll patiently wait for our body to release. Keeping the breath flowing. Keeping your focus on your breath and how your body feels in this position. And then we'll slowly take the right foot back down. And we'll extend the left leg straight up. And we'll grab the belt and bring the knee in and move the belt around your left foot. You can start with some movement on this side too. So a bend and a straighten. Moving with your breath. You can inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. And this time as you straighten, feeling the pose, where you want to be, how you want to be positioned with your left leg, to feel this throughout your whole leg, really opening at the back of the leg, up to the ankle and the heel. So you gently pull the ends of the belt down a little bit, at the same time lifting through your heel. And a few more breaths before we switch. We'll bring the ends of the belt into the right hand this time, or sorry, the left hand. As we open the left leg out to the side, you can also open your right leg out to the side. And just find that stretch through the inner part of your leg here. Try to stay balanced, centered through your low back so you're not tilting over. with your hips to one side. It'll probably be the left side, but you want to realign and center so you feel the sacrum grounded here. To not put any tension in your shoulder, you can let the elbow settle down, maybe on some support. And the next breath in, we'll come back to center. This time sliding out to your right leg, bringing the ends of the belt into the right hand, left arm out to the side. And we'll begin to come over to the right with that left leg. At first, try to keep the back of your left hip on the floor. Breathe deeply, especially if this is feeling like a really big stretch. You want to use your breath to help your body move through the pose. With those long exhalations, your body relaxes and releases. And eventually, if it feels good to do so, you can start to lift your left hip off the mat and bring that leg over a bit more. We'll hold for a few more breaths before we release. And then we'll slowly come back to center. Keep your left leg straight up in the air for a few breaths. And then you can bend the knee in, slowly remove your belt from your foot. Lift it back up. And slowly lower that leg all the way down to the floor. Release and let go of both legs. You can roll your feet. Swish the legs from side to side. Just wiggle them out. Notice if your legs feel a little bit more similar from side to side. And then we'll bend the knees again and bring the knees to the chest. We'll rock a little from side to side. When you're ready, we'll roll to the right side. Stay down for a moment. And then we'll use our hands to assist us up. And we'll come into a tabletop position here. few rounds of the cat cow. Inhaling to look forward. Exhale to arch. Lift your belly, chin to chest. Continue to flow. This time as you inhale, look forward, pull your hips out to the right side, slowly circle back and over to the left. And this time as you come back, pulling your hips back, bring your chin to chest. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, rolling back, bring your chin to chest. This time, inhale forward, look forward, and push your hips to the left side. Roll back, belly in, chin down. We'll do a few more rotations in this direction. And then this time, come all the way back for a few breaths. Notice if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, to come right down. And always put something underneath your upper body for the child's pose. You can also keep your hips a little bit more in the air instead of back towards the feet. Find what works for you. Resting here as you breathe into your back. If your head is turned to the side on a support, then just make sure you turn it to the other side before you release. And then we'll slowly bring the hands in towards the knees or bring the hips up. Back into table pose. This time in this version, we're going to slide out through the arms until you can come down onto your elbows. Lower into the puppy pose. This time with your hips in line with your knees. And releasing your arms, your shoulders, and your upper back down to the floor. You can always use support underneath the head for that one too if you find it uncomfortable. You can always put something underneath the arms too. You can come out, inhale, head forward. Exhale one more time, hips pulling back. Inhale, come forward. Come all the way forward until you're sinking down right onto your belly for a few breaths in the Sphinx. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Breathing here. And then slowly coming all the way down, reaching your arms forward, head down. And bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to slowly come up off the belly. And we'll do one more pose before we're done for tonight. I'm just checking to make sure the mic's working okay. It's blinking on. For this one, we're going to break it into two different poses, or it's the same pose, but we're going to do both sides. So we're going to bring the right foot forward like the deer pose and the left foot back. And this one, it is nice to have some kind of support to rest on. If this isn't suitable for you because maybe you don't have the support or you just want to rest on your back, that's totally an option. But let's see if we can come over this support in a bit of a gentle lying twist. And you can turn your head to the side. Okay. Let your arms and your shoulders sink. We'll be in this position for a couple minutes, letting go as much as you possibly can. Again, if you prefer to do more a traditional final pose of Shavasana, just flat on your back, feel free. Just get comfortable. And let your whole body rest. Next breath in, we'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders. If you're still on this one, come up slowly. And we're going to switch the legs. So we'll bring the left leg forward and the right leg back. The bolster supports to the left side. Sit up nice and tall for a moment, and then we're going to come over the support to the other side. And just let your body completely rest and sink into the support. And notice you can maybe let go even more the longer you hold any pose. And the more your body can release. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. And you can start to bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Slowly push back up to sitting. This time we'll bring both legs out wide. You might want to put something in front here. And we'll just come forward a little bit. And if the body doesn't want to rest, you can always support the head again, like we did for the butterfly. We'll stay here for just a couple more breaths, but you can come out whenever you're ready. And slowly walk your hands back in. Do a little counter stretch, hands back. Open the chest. Lift your chin. Oh, we can release that. We'll end our practice here. We'll bring our hands to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great rest tonight. We'll see you again soon.